FM W297CL Levittown.
It's time for Under the Hood with Fred Fletcher from Fletcher's Garage. If you have any questions about your car, truck, or SUV, from tune-ups to tires, give Fred a call at 215-949-3232. And now it's time to go under the hood with Fred Fletcher.
A man who never loses his cool because the air conditioning is always on in the car.
Well, yeah, I shouldn't say, my car.
Yeah, all right.
If you have a problem with your air conditioner, give us a call.
Yeah,
that's but it won't be, I'm going to be, full disclosure here, it's not going to be today that we're going to get you in because there's like 45 other people.
Yes, I imagine they come hot and heavy for this stuff anyway. But.
And I get it. If you can't, if I can't get you in the next day or two and you have to go somewhere else,
yeah,
I'm not here to chase away work, but I understand where you're coming from. Cause it's a hot.
It is. But we were talking ahead of the game. Would you rather have 4 degrees above zero or 90 something or other? I
Personally,
think we can.
Yeah.
You just sit in the air conditioning, right? In cold weather, I don't know what you can do.
Well, you can sit in the heat, but I don't like the cold. I hate the cold.
Oh, you get older, you're just like, I just want to quit. You know?
Yep. Like I said, I learned years ago what I liked better because, when I was stationed in Goose Bay, it was like minus 40, and 2 feet of snow at all times and all that stuff. And then I came back, and like 3 days later, they sent me to Honduras.
Oh, man.
And it was 115, so there was like a
bunch of fair weather guys.
It's like a 150-degree swing, and I learned I liked the heat better. So
Goose Bay, and my dad was stationed there during the Korean War. I mean, it was had the snow up to the roof.
Oh yeah, it was cold. Mine, I'm like, nope, I'll stick to the heat.
Yeah,
so I'm a Honduras kind of guy.
That's right. 215-949-3232. You've got a question for Fred. Whatever, it doesn't have to retain the heat or anything like that.
Don't have to be air conditioning or anything like that, but that is my topic of today. So if you have any questions about
that's right.
AC, give us a call, and we'll see what we can do. Or if you want to, give us a call, see how soon I can get you in if you have a problem.
Even Steve McQueen would lose his cool on a day like today. Yeah. So that could happen.
Everybody loses it today.
Is that a tricky installation, Fred, for the Freon and all the other stuff that goes in there?
Yeah, there's a lot to go. It's a more complex system than a lot of people realize. It's been pretty much the physics has been the same the whole time.
Yeah.
You got your condenser, the evaporator, compressor, a couple filters, expansion valve. There's things, a lot of things that go along with that, and a lot of things that can go wrong in an AC system. The way that it works is, condenser brings it down and turns it into a liquid. And since you can't cool it, cool a gas as well as a liquid, the liquid gets pumped into the evaporator, which as that gets broken down and turned into cool air, or removes the humidity,
or whatever you want to call it,
removes the humidity from it goes in and it catches back into a gas, so it's easier to pump, and it just keeps going and cycling and cycling.
Round and round, whoa.
Yeah, you need that exothermic expansion and condensation to make an air conditioner work.
So you got to get all the forces together to finally get that. Yeah.
And one little glitch and it throws the whole thing off.
Yeah, one of the things about having air conditioning is so you walk into it from the outside and everybody has the same thing. They go, it is such a great feeling when you hit it.
Yeah, like I said, I like the heat, but this is up here it's a little too much.
You remember that? Probably the old timers says, "Well, let's see what this is air conditioning in cars. You don't need air conditioning."
I grew up that way.
You put the towel on the seat there so in case it got hot. Come on.
Yeah, I never really had air conditioning in any of my vehicles, and until I got my, it was in 2001 when I bought my 97 F-150, and I'm like, I still don't need air. I'll put the window down. But really humid days, I started using the air. Now I'm just I'm one of us now.
Yeah, we've sold out. Yeah, I had a Pontiac Catalina in the 70s, had everything, and it's like tan color, but it comes with the air conditioning. I was... that was your office traveling around, so you want to make sure you're as comfortable as you can be.
Yeah, one thing I did, I had my 51 Chevy I was using as my daily driver for a while, for a couple of years, and it was hot like this. Yeah. A couple times. I would use that little wing window, that little vent triangle window, open it up, and it would force air in.
Yeah, I never.
Some of the air was hot. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not air conditioned by any means, but it was okay. It was good.
Is cranking it to the top at a bad thing to do? I mean, I never liked all that. Just cranking it all.
The air conditioning.
Ease it in. I'll wait. I can sweat for a little bit, but eventually I'll be fine.
Well, you can put it on max or high if you want.
That's no danger.
It's only not really.
Oh, okay.
It's only going to do what it's going to do. Like if I leave my truck, like when I get back in here in an hour, and I sit back in my truck, it's going to be hot.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a few minutes because I have a Yukon, which is kind of like a little bus, a suburban, and it's going to take a little bit. And people sometimes have to realize that it takes a little bit on these kind of days for it to cool down. It's not just like you're going to hit the button and it comes up and says, "Okay, I'm cool."
Yeah,
no, it's not going to do that.
But it's not that humid out though.
It's been good.
That's the only thing. I mean,
it's been good.
Yeah, you get one of those days where
it's coming now.
Everything just wilts on your body, and it's
I think after we get these thunderstorms, I think Sunday and Monday, and it's still supposed to be similarly hot. It's going to be humid out, so it's coming, and that makes it uncomfortable, and it's time for air conditioner then for sure.
It is, and while you're at it, get that state inspection and emissions working.
You can do that too. We got our machine back up and running. No thanks to the state.
Yeah. Well, I thought if you said thanks to the state, I would have been shocked. Yeah. It's always a push-pull thing.
They're updating their systems. It wasn't just me. It wasn't widespread across the whole state, but I talked to a couple of the guys. I was like, "Yeah, my emissions machine's been down while they do updates. And it's been like a week." And the guys are like, "Yeah, I've been like 5-6 days too." And it's like, so.
Everything's sort of you sort of have to be the catch-all, and you get all the garbage. They're inept over there. They didn't have the thing work.
A lot of times they think
what?
that,
It's some things you just can't control.
Yeah, there's a lot of times people just assume that, and we do it too.
Yeah.
Where we go, if we go to the grocery store, we're going to assume that there's hamburger in there. And if there's not, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, I know.
Where's my hamburger?
Guy called out. They couldn't stock the shelves and everything.
But it's not always us.
No, not at all.
We make our own mistakes, but we usually get help along the way with that. But
but you've been doing this for quite some time. You're able to adapt pretty well. I mean, and you pick and choose, and all right, and you have your customers that can roll with it.
I'm going to say communication is the biggest thing with customers. If you explain to them what happened or whatever, most of them, I have a couple, unreasonable customers every now and then, but I'm going to say 99% of the time, if you talk to your customers, keep them abreast, and don't BS them, and you're going to be okay.
Yeah, because they can put themselves in your shoes. I think that, and most people can say, "Hey,
if anybody else says they're perfect, then I'm not. They're lying."
And get your own show.
Yeah.
No. We're only kidding. But since we do have your own show, 215-949-3232. Any questions, concerns, or what is
speaking about government, we can talk about the AC Freon that's coming. That's pretty much getting mainstream right now. They'll step back with a little history. Back in 1990-ish, most cars had R12 in their refrigerant Freon.
R12,
yeah.
Okay.
So but it had hydrofluorocarbons in it, and they said it was bad for the ozone. So whether it was or wasn't, it's every election year.
Yeah.
So they did away with it, and they implemented R134A, which at the time I was mad back in like 92, 93. We had a lot and they told you that you had to retrofit everything. You had to change compressor, condenser, everything that touched that, you have to change everything. So people were getting hammered with bills, not from us because we got out of it for a little bit. And we wanted to see how the market was going to go because we didn't want to give people $1,200 bills and this was back in 1992. So we kind of like waited it out to see which direction it was going to go. And my dad made the right call and said, let's just wait and see. And they're going to come up with a retrofit kit, and that's what we'll do. And you won't need to do all this stuff that they're not saying that
you can make an intervention is what you're doing, right?
Yeah, true to form. By 1995, they came up with a retrofit kit, 94, 95. And you were able to convert the R12 systems over to 134 at a cost of maybe, $200, $300. So you didn't need all that. And from there on, you can use 134A. As long as you evacuated all the R12 out and a lot of the contaminants, you were going to be okay. So the fear-mongering of 1990 was, exactly that.
Yeah.
So
and you think about $300, you feel like that's nothing.
Right.
I don't want to say it's nothing,
Yeah,
but it's certainly manageable. To get the job done.
So we've had our 134A since 1990s, early 90s, and now they're starting to push. Now, they said the other fear was 134A caused cancer. You got to be careful. You got to wear all the system.
It's amazing how these things pop up just before the.
Yeah.
I hate to sound like a cynic.
No, I'm there with you, Jim. Because at first I wasn't. I was kind of like, they're helping the ozone. Okay. As you get a little older and you start reading between the lines, and you see how things operate, you get cynical, and so you question everything, and that's what we're doing nowadays. Because now they want to phase out 134 because they say that hurts the ozone. Or they can do better now, and because they say the molecules and stuff that from the 134 take 13 days to break down in the atmosphere. Okay, but they do break down. And now this new refrigerant, the YF1234 that they're coming out with, they started about 4 or 5 years ago. It says it only lasts a couple of days or what. It's like, really?
Yeah. Well,
but there's a cost with that. Now there's like really no R12. That got phased out. The prices went crazy. They were like $3,000 a bottle for a 30-pound bottle.
Geez.
And and the 134A as opposed to the R12 did not work as well.
Right.
It was it was unstable. A quick example is I rented a car out in Las Vegas. It was an Acura in 1994. Yeah. And that was one of my first experiences with 134A in a car. And I'm driving down the Las Vegas Strip, and there's a lot of stop and go traffic, and it wasn't not cool. Once we got out of the city and started driving up towards the canyons, it got cold, and it was great. But the stop and go was really unstable. So, but over time, the systems got a little better, and they made it a little more stable. So, but it wasn't what R12 was.
They should use what they use in the movie theaters. That was always the coolest place. We have air conditioning. Boy, do they have air conditioning. It was great.
That was probably R22. Our
house units 122. Holy smoke. If that was the coolest, we have air conditioning.
Yeah.
And some of the restaurants used to parlay it, come on in, we got air conditioning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come in, have the meal, sit down, it's comfortable, and then we have air conditioning.
Yeah, get out of the heat for a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Have a beer, and then. But now they're doing it again with the. Now they're trying to phase out the R134A, and then the prices are going to get enforced up on that, and the 1234 is over double the price of the 134 now. So it's costing us almost $90 a pound to buy. So it's raising the cost of an AC service. I don't know. Depending on system, almost $150 to $200 a car.
And it makes it tougher for somebody like yourself to keep, explaining this and paying for it, and it feels like you're being assaulted all the time for being in business.
Yeah, and people are like, "Why are the prices up so high?" Because they changed the Freon. It's just Freon. I'm like, no, it's not just Freon.
Yeah.
So
just leave it. Can't you just let it be? I mean, just let it and. Yeah, let the market take care of itself every once in a while, right? You don't want air conditioning in your car.
Well, a lot of the manufacturers are being forced by the government to come, and it started in Europe, so blame it on the Europeans.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Blame it on the EU.
Yeah.
So they come up with these weird stuff.
Yeah.
So and then it comes over here, and then Greenpeace freaks over here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Not that I'm an environmental trasher, but this isn't, and to their credit right now, they're not forcing and telling everybody that you need the whole system changed. No. You really can't retrofit the 134 to the 1234 in the new system. Like if I have say I have a 2018,
Yeah.
and it takes 134, and then we're running out of 134 in 5 years. They'll come out with a retrofit kit, but right now the Freons aren't compatible. So there's some give and take there too.
Well,
hopefully the price of 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4 comes down.
you mess around with stuff to try to make. And something always goes wrong. Too many cooks spoiling the broth kind of thing.
Right.
You had
Making
it. You
us
had it
buy.
right. Yeah, you're right. You had it. We have it working.
Mm-hmm.
Just leave it. Can you just go? Let it.
Yeah, they left to go for. Their thought is we left to go for 25 years.
Yeah.
Now, well, it was working, and it wasn't. The ozone's better than it ever was.
Yeah.
So if you want to say it's because of that, go ahead. But
and you wonder why people are moving to Florida and Tennessee and all this Texas because of this
regulations.
Stuff. Yeah, because all of it.
Yeah. So they're making us buy new equipment. They're forcing us to buy new equipment. I'm not going to say they're making us. The business itself is being forced to purchase new equipment, which is right now the new Freon recovery recycling machines are 3 times the price of the older ones, and you can't retrofit them over either.
It's like the old joke in the movies. What are you going to do? You have to spend more money. Well, we're just going to just hike the.
That's
I'm
what's
going
happening.
to raise the price of the free lunch.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's happening, and the people don't have it because they're getting squeezed on the top side. Myself included. I mean, we're all stuck in the middle. We're all in the same boat.
You have to deliver the news, and maybe the oil change and stuff will get passed along. I mean, it's the same thing. Mm-hmm. It's like. Start with the fossil fuel industry and the delivery and everything else, and you get the chain. You get the chain going. That's just, and everybody has to pay a shot of it.
That's a good point. The EVs cannot handle a lot of these systems. They're not efficient on these air conditioned systems.
Yeah,
I was reading on that this morning I actually didn't even think about it. That puts an extra load on the EVs, and that's say it's hot today.
Yeah.
You have a fully charged thing, and you say you're going to get 358 miles. You crank your air conditioner on. You may only get 200 miles out of it because you have your air conditioner on. Just like if you
said there'd be no math,
right,
Fred.
Just like if you had with the gas. If you turn your air compressor on, it's going to burn a little bit more gas. I think it's minuscule. Some people say it's 3-4 miles to the gallon. Maybe. I don't know. I've never noticed it, whether it's on or off, but just the EVs, you're gonna miss 100 miles because you used your air conditioner.
They're always going to be out of the game. I mean, that's the EV stuff. There's always something that's going to block. It's like science.
Yeah, it's not efficient. I mean, it's not going to pump like the compressors do and stuff like that. Even an electrical compressor is not going to push the way that a mechanical compressor is right now because you're going to burn out the motors of the compressors, the electrical motors. So there's another detractor for EVs.
Right.
So which I didn't even think about before. We'll have another show, Jim.
Yeah, that's right. We can keep going.
But a lot of the stuff with the regulations. Really put a hindrance on the business. Like years ago, Craig and I were talking about this last week. He asked me something about nitrogen. People were filling their tires with nitrogen. Now, the pros of nitrogen supposedly was that it's more stable of a molecule. You won't get those tire fluctuations, like I say, when you drive in the heat. Like if you set your tire at 80 and it's only rated at 40 and you're driving in this heat, it's going to go to 100 pounds, per square inch. That's a problem. But they say the nitrogen is more stable and it won't do that. Now, it's still going to go up a little bit. It's just, but the dollar cost averaging on that is not there. I mean, when it first came out,
it doesn't match.
Yeah.
Yep.
When it first came out, I had a buddy of mine who had a shop around the corner who really bought into it. And he bought the machine. It was like $8,000 for this nitrogen machine. Everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, you got to go nitrogen. Got to go nitrogen. It's better for the environment. It's better for the tires. It's better for." So And you'd have to charge somebody $150 to fill the tires with nitrogen.
Well, you could use the overage for sweet air for your the dentist used to use years ago. Nitrous oxide, remember that?
Nitric oxide.
Oh man, that
fill it
sweet
with that,
air. Oh baby, take them all out.
Make your tires laugh. There was also supposed to be a bigger molecule, so if you had a leak, it wouldn't leak out as fast. But that was also a fallacy. But it really came down to the dollar cost averaging between air and nitrogen. You fill it for 50 cents at a tire thing, or $150 to get nitrogen. And okay, you might get a year or so out of it. Or if this is the kicker, if you were out on the road and you had four tires of nitrogen, fully nitrogen, and you stopped and got, you say, oh, my tire light came on, I have to go get 4 or 5 psi of, somewhere, and there's no nitrogen. You can use air in your tire, but you just contaminated that tire. So the nitrogen in the tire, not the tire.
Yeah.
So it defeated the purpose. And it took about 3-4 years for everybody to say, this isn't working.
Yeah. It always takes they start with us all this, our intentions were good, as if that is supposed to let them off the hook.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I'm a lifeguard at the beach. I was 3 for 5 today. I tried.
Yeah.
That doesn't work.
That's exactly right.
Sam Elliott from Lifeguard. How'd you? I was 3 for 5 today.
Too bad for the other two.
Right.
But,
but that's the way it works.
Yeah. They caught on about 3-4 years later, and they said, just go back to air and just monitor your tires, and that'll be the way it is. Now, my guy that bought the $8,000 machine did like maybe a half a dozen tires, because he would say, look, I could do a service. He thought this was going to be the biggest thing. He'd say, all right, we're going to do a service. We're going to do your oil change and your tire rotation, and we're going to put nitrogen in, and your oil change is now going to be $325.
How many?
So,
oh boy!
Yeah, your maintenance service is going to be $325.
Whoa.
So nobody went for it. So they're just like, no, just put air in it. I'll keep an eye on my tire. And
people can't grasp that. They just feel like you're in there. Maybe you're in your pocket all the time. Yeah. And we're not necessarily getting what you told us you're getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's just
they're going to look at you for selling that nitrogen.
And we're noticeably cynical about it. We don't believe you.
He might have lost a couple of customers, maybe to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he might have lost a couple of customers because they felt like, wow, he really pushed me on this nitrogen stuff. I went with him on it.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's BS.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's wrong with him? So they're going to have questions about me or whatever if I was doing that. So, I just kind of always wait things out and see it. I'm pretty good at analyzing things. Critical thinking.
If it's too good, right, or it's going to no problem. It's the worst thing in the world to
especially
say.
If it's government regulated and mandated. I really, really want to break it down, and it's not like I'm an anti-government, activist or anything like that. It's just, come on. Let's just let the market take care of itself.
But they don't know what you do.
Right.
I mean, that's the problem. They come down and they don't know. They haven't spent a day in the business. Don't even know.
Yeah, they're really out of touch. They just look at the numbers, and then they're like, it doesn't see how it affects the real people. Like, okay, $150 coming out of your pocket for a tire.
Yeah.
So.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So I really, really think about it. I was doing it with the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not buying the machine yet until they come out with a retrofit kit, because that machine is like $12,000.
The 5, 6, 7, 8 one should be doing really well.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
I'll wait for the 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. I tell you, I get this stuff and you.
We still have a way of servicing the 1, 2, 3, 4. We have gauges and we have vacuum pumps and stuff like that. We had to. Regularly, I changed the fittings on a couple of my vacuum pumps and dedicated them to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put so it's kind of my own halfway you
also give your customers credit, because we don't know everything, but we know something.
Yeah. The reason I want to turn a $200
yeah.
air conditioning service, that's pretty much what it works out to be right now with the 134A, into a $400 and $450 AC service because the government made us do this stuff, and then I have to roll it over. I'm not going to do it yet.
No, I feel the need for greed.
Yeah,
that'd be a show. Wouldn't that be a show?
Yeah. Well, I can honestly say I'm not greedy.
No, but it's you have service, you charge, you move on. You do
Yes,
something
that's
else.
all I want.
Can we just do that?
Yeah.
Can we, and customers, fine, great. I got some. I told me what it was. I paid for it, and now I've got it.
Yeah, the best analogy that I think of myself as is a baseball analogy. Is like, I don't need to hit a home run every time. I'm fine playing small ball, hitting some singles and stuff like that, and making you get around. So I don't have to hit you with this $10,000 or $5,000 bill. So we kind of work around
Tim
that.
Tebow's still playing the ball. So he's playing ball over at the Trenton Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there last night. It was a nice night. He wasn't there though.
Oh well,
But
not a bad seat in the house.
no, we had the box too.
Yeah.
So it was a
and
little air conditioning, but it was a nice night. It wasn't
there
that
you
hot.
go. No, it wasn't. I
was
was
surprised.
getting around yesterday. The humidity's not bad. I mean, we've had days where
It was worse the night before when I was over there because I've been over there 2 nights in a row. But one was my granddaughter's Girl Scout troop was on the field, and it was a little humid and stuff like that. But yesterday I took my grandson over.
He's a baller. He likes that stuff.
Yeah, so he was out there the whole time watching, and I'm sitting in the box with I'm like, there's air conditioning in here.
Doesn't bother kids. Never did.
Yeah.
And
So I went outside to hang with him and and his buddy, because I took his buddy with him. And we were I'm like, wow, it's actually nice out here. So I sat out there with him the rest of the game.
you mentioned the air conditioning and all the other stuff. I can remember when we our houses didn't have central air when we were starting.
I have a customer.
And we put that in there, and there was some problems with that one as well.
Yeah. I think we were one of the first ones in our area that had air-conditioned wall units, window units.
Yeah.
But I have a customer. He's probably in his 80s now. He's he's a Fairless Hills guy. He's 1 street over from me, and he raised all 8 of his kids in a 3-bedroom ranch with no air conditioner. I'm like,
oh wow,
I can't believe you're still alive there, Roger.
I was watching a rerun of Perry Mason, and the air conditioners like in the 50s. It sounded like a prop plane warming up. And they'd rather just live through the noise than to deal with the cool.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's come a long way, but sometimes they're getting in the way is what they're doing.
Yeah, there's some
progress.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other new refrigerants that they're pushing too, which I don't. That was like I'm trying to think 744.
Yeah.
That's a new one. I haven't heard too much about that. There was another one 530 something, but I heard that they knocked that down because it really was cancer causing. So,
okay.
So they really tested that, but some cars have them over in Europe. I mean, I guess they test for the ozone in Europe, but not for cancer. Imagine that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. That's fair point there. Lord, how about that?
I'm going to take my word from the EU.
Yeah, but sometimes they just get the bum's rush on stuff.
Yeah,
it's a priority kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Everyth's fine, great. Nothing to see here, nothing to look at, nothing to see here.
Don't believe your lying eyes.
Yeah.
But So if you have any other questions about air conditioning, give us a call over there at Fletcher's.
Right. Hey, we got a couple. We're about out of time here.
Yeah, almost ready to shift gears.
That's right. And is there air conditioning in this show coming up here, or
no? This is strictly. Strictly 250 air coming up.
250 air. Sounds like a code word. 250 air. Go.
So putting both windows down and doing 50 miles an hour.
Yeah, but every time we do these shows all the time, under the hood and everything else, it's always about trying to get. You always have a headache that you have to. That is unnecessary.
Yeah, a lot of it's unnecessary, but my job is to solve people's problems, and their problems are. Yeah. Their cars breaking down or cars having
It's a tough job, but being America's mechanic goes with the territory.
Yes, and I wear that well. Wear that proudly.
Absolutamente. So stick around with us right here on WBCB. We feel the need for speed.
Do you feel the need for speed and are a car racing fan? Then tune in every Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. for the Need for Speed Auto Show, hosted by me, America's mechanic, Fred Fletcher. Everything you want to know about our local tracks and races to the NASCAR scene, as well as our area car shows and cruise nights. Brought to you by Fletcher's Garage in Fairless Hills and heard every Thursday morning at 9:30 on WBCB 1490 AM, 107.3 FM, and throughout the world at WBCB1490.com.
Head out to Dion Square, located at South Oxford Valley and South Olds Boulevard, to get all your essentials in one place, with the following businesses ready to serve you: Pat Dion Beverages, CVS Pharmacy, Hair Cuttery, Smile Culture Dental, Biomat, Liberty Auto Tags, Pennsylvania Fine Wine and Spirits, Lee's Hoagie House, R&J Smoothies and Juices, AutoZone, and First National Bank and Trust of Newtown. Make Dion Square your one stop for all your shopping needs at South Oxford Valley Road and South Olds Boulevard in Fairless Hills.
Good morning, race fans, and welcome to Yardley, Pennsylvania.
The air conditioning is on.
Yeah.
So are we.
There's no air conditioning in the stands.
That's right. That's right. But the fans are out there, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Can you mention that going through testing and everything, and the amount of heat buildup if you're at a racetrack?
Yeah.
And but but you're so engrossed in the event.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
You know know what you're in for.
Yeah. You sit up there. I mean, you hope for a breeze every now and then, or or the cars going by bringing a breeze with them, but they usually bring dirt with them too.
Yeah, that's just some of the shows and everything else that the circuit going hot and heavy now during the summertime. They do really well during the after Memorial Day weekend. Yeah.
Now it's race season. I mean, your baseball season's going, and you're not quite in football season, and hockey and basketball are wrapped up.
I'm surprised the attendance at some of these places are really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
we want more because it's kind of waned a little bit over the years, which is one reason why we're here.
Yep.
But I've noticed some good crowds. New Egypt a couple of weeks ago was it the 15th, I think it was. No, that was last week. 2 weeks ago I was there. It was a pretty good crowd.
Yeah, you see some of the shows that you had the
Maple Grove was
a wave of stars, whether their personalities certainly set the tone for the race and the edge and the trash talking and everything else. I had a lot to.
I guess that happens in the pits. I don't see it too much in the stands.
No, but it adds a little flavor.
Well, you see it on. I think a lot of that NASCAR stuff is for TV, but you see
Muhammad Ali stuff. Yeah,
you'll see the dirt track guys. The tracks that we go to. There might be after a race somebody might be upset a little bit or whatever, but I don't think everybody's friends.
Okay.
On the most part, I'm going to say 99.9% of everybody friends. If you need a part, you'd lend it to them, or they'd lend it to you. We never really had that.
I always think of the trash talkers. We're going to do this, going to do that, and I always think of Dolph Lundgren. You have a lose. And that was it. Yeah. You were lose.
Yeah, I mean, I remember after Paul Mancini won his at Bridgeport, he said in his interview that the guy that was next to him was like trying to shake him up a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but that was cool. He said he took it and used it to build up on it. So.
You will lose. That's what you will do. Hey, we're rolling here with the Need for Speed, and you're on with Fred. Go ahead.
Jim, I figured I'd be the first caller today instead of going after legends every week.
There we go.
You're the first legend there, Nick.
There you go. A legend in his own mind.
Yeah, exactly. What's going on, guys?
This is it.
We feel the need for speed, and we also feel the need to stay cool. So we got two friends working today.
Well, I'm fortunate enough to be driving a really good truck for a really good company, and my air is like blowing icicles. So
nice.
I'm in good shape over here.
Yeah, Mr. Cool behind the wheel. Yeah.
Yes.
So, so what's happening there, Nick? What's going on?
Nothing. Same old stuff. I mean, there was a big show at New Egypt on Tuesday. They had the Short Track Super Series, and local favorite Danny Buck won that, and then Logan Lott, 15-year-old Logan Lott, won the sportsman race there. So speaking of big crowds, they had a pretty good crowd there. So, and then of course they had the USAC cars at Bridgeport. over the past week, and they packed the house too. Brady Bacon wound up winning that race. Of course, it was the Eastern Storm Swing, so they were all over Pennsylvania, and Maple Grove had a nice show going on, and they got a big weekend this weekend for the Sunoco EG Series, so that ought to be a big event. So, yeah, I mean, it's in full swing now. We went right from winter to summer.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Which is I'm fine with summer, so we're good with that. And
I'm planning on going to Wall Stadium with my friend Fred, and having a good time. We're going to do some video stuff and some other stuff. I'll get to see my old friend Earl Krause. I can't wait to do that.
Yep, I gave Earl the heads up that you're coming with me, so he's preparing himself.
Do they get along or no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I said everybody's friends.
Just want to stir up some
We're
trouble.
liable to get thrown out down there, Fred. They're liable to not let you in. They'll let you and your partner in the door. They may not let me in there.
Oh, well, we'll make it happen, Nick. Don't sweat it.
All these rowdy.
All right, well, I tried to set up for Dom the Bomb Antonelli to call in this morning. I hope he's listening. He said he was going to try and call in this morning, so he ought to be a pretty good guest for you. So
he's a good guy.
I'm not going to tie up the line too much. I want you guys to have a good day. Stay
You're the best.
hydrated.
Yep.
And you know what? It's been Balzini all along, all right?
That's right. Spotsini all along, my man.
Dump that dirt there,
Be
Nick.
good.
All right.
All right, be good, guys.
All right, I'll talk to you this week.
Don't risk your life for strangers. That's what I'm going to tell you. All right.
Yes, yeah. So
Oh, man.
yes, yeah. Nick and I and Craig and Mike Russo and his son are all going down to Wall next weekend on the 29th and doing for the Garden State Classic.
We're going to keep rolling here. You're on with Fred. Go ahead.
Hey, Fred and Jim.
Hi.
Speaking of the Garden State Classic and Wall Stadium,
Man, everybody, the timing seems to really be working today.
yeah, they know we're here.
They know.
Hey,
We can't hide.
you got Nick Leach and Earl Krause back to back.
There we go. Nick's worried. Are you going to let him in next week?
He's
yeah.
he's a little shy, but do you think he'll get by with that?
Don't worry, Nick. You're with Fred. Don't worry.
Yeah, Nick and I have worked together many times over the years, so great guy.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Great supporter of the sport. That's what we're all about.
yeah.
Oh, he's all in on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Nick's all over it. So
Yes.
so
Hey, you got to mention one of the greats of NASCAR racing from New Jersey, Martin Truex Jr. officially announced his retirement from full-time competition.
yeah, breaking my heart. That's
Great
my boy.
guy, does so much for the sport. Great ambassador, and as we've mentioned, he got his start at Wall Stadium.
Yeah, true Jersey guy.
Yes.
So I think it's my dad's uncle is friends with Martin Senior, so they get a little inside scoop every now and then.
Excellent.
So, but I saw a picture of Martin Jr. at the one of your old pictures, I guess, on the Wall State Facebook or Wall Stadium Facebook, and it was cool seeing him back in 2000, I think, with his wall car. So
yeah, he started racing there at age 18 in 1998, and between 1998 and 1999, he won 5 modified features, and then he quickly moved on to what was then NASCAR Busch North, and kept right on going. So again, always a great representative of the state. His whole family raced at Wall Stadium over the years. So and he's had quite a career. So. And he'll continue to be involved too. That was the neat thing. He never said that he was going to totally retire. That he wants to stay involved. So
yeah, I don't know if he's going to stay with Gibbs or not, but that's the scuttlebutt I hear. Is in some other capacity. So, but hopefully that's true, and we still have to get to deal with him. So. So I'm looking forward to his next chapter in his life there.
Absolutely.
So, and nothing like a true Jersey guy.
Yes.
We're all Jersey guys here, so we
all dressed up as Sopranos racing would be interesting, wouldn't it?
So always got it
Jersey
back
guys
there.
in Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah. So what's happening at Wall this weekend?
Well, one of the family fun nights again. Modifieds and sportsmen are off. It's again one of the nights with a nice low admission price. I believe it's $10, $12 for fans to get in. Low price for kids. The legend cars will be running twin 20-lap features. The limited late models will be back for the first time in a few weeks, and the factory stocks will be racing. and there'll be a demolition derby, and all along the grandstand midway, it'll be set up with boardwalk-style games, bounce house for the kids. Again, as the name implies, a family fun night. And, of course, with the hot weather down at the Jersey Shore, it's always 10 degrees cooler, so it'll be nice.
Yeah, you want a break from the heat, go to the shore.
Yeah, that's the
go
way
down
it
to
works.
Wall Stadium. Yeah.
There you go.
Go down and cool off.
And then as
That's
you
like an order.
Yeah.
Good to have you guys coming down for the Garden State Classic. That's our big one to start the summer season.
Yeah, I'm already ready to go. My truck's loaded. I'm ready. I got all my buddies. My buddy came down and he's from New York, Long Island, and he said, maybe we'll go to the rodeo. I'm like, nope, I'm going to Wall. He goes, oh, Wall Stadium, let's go. So so we're all gonna hop in and go. Unfortunately, he's from New York, so we'll have to deal with it. But
you said he's from Long Island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has he ever been to Riverhead Raceway?
No, this will actually be his first race. It's my friend Mike's son.
Really?
Yeah, this will be his first race, but he's been thinking about it, and he listens to me, and then he says, yeah, let's do it. So I said, well, you don't have to worry about dirt this week. Maybe we'll take him down to a dirt track another time. But I really want to get down and meet you and get down the Wall and see what's going on down there. So
that'd be great. And as you mentioned, this is your friend's first race.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to bring someone new to the track and have someone who's experienced to explain just what it's about. What the differences are in the cars. What qualifying is about. Just the various nuances of it, just so they're not totally overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's what happened with Craig, my buddy Craig, who does my video and stuff. He never. I mean, I've known him for 50-something years, but he's never been to a race. Never even really thought about a race until we were talking. And I said, "Let's go to Maple Grove." So we went up and met Nick up there, and he on the way home he goes, "Fred, you got me hooked. Wherever you go, I go." So
that's great.
I took him to New Egypt. He's right along with that. So we're going to come down the Wall and let him experience all this racing that there is around here. So, and he's hooked now. So he's going to try to get his family, and that's how we're going to try to build it here. And that's how it should be.
That's what you have to do. Yes.
So, but I'm looking forward to getting down there next weekend, and we'll have a blast, and we'll keep Nick under leash there.
Good luck on that.
So,
are you going to track this weekend?
No, I but Phillies games all weekend. Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, my
Go Phillies.
grandkids have got me tied up. And there was one was my birthday present, one's my Father's Day present, but I think they're more for my grandkids to go.
Maybe Zach Gallen will pitch from Cherry Hill.
Yeah. But so it's like my daughter. I went to 2 Thunder games in the last 2 nights. It's like,
I heard you mentioning that earlier.
Yeah.
That's good.
I really had time for the shows here.
Yeah, this is my baseball week. So, but as long as I get time with the grandkids, that's what counts. So.
That's absolutely true. Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
They grow up quick too.
So,
thank you so much.
all right, Earl.
All right, gentlemen, great talking with you. Keep up the great work. Again, I always enjoy the automotive show to start off the hour. So
I do
it's
too.
always very interesting, and keep that need for speed going.
Absolutely, my man. Thank you so much.
All right, Earl.
All right. And we keep rolling along. And next up, go ahead. You're up with Fred.
How you doing, Fred? Dom here in Pinellas.
Hey, how's it going, Dom?
Good.
I'm glad you called in. I heard you were going to call in, and I was excited about that. So,
what's Dom the Bomb?
Dom the Bomb.
Oh wow! Well, how did he earn that?
I don't know.
That's.
I guess Nick gave you that name, didn't he, Dom?
Maybe just let that one go.
I think it rhymes, Jim.
Yes, it does. But I don't know if there's a story behind it or not. That's
We'll just go with the rhyme.
what I'm afraid about.
So, I didn't see you run this week. Did you run this week at all anywhere, Tom?
We put my teammate Justin Benz in the car. It didn't go so well, but he ran his car on Friday, my car, but he ran the other car on Saturday and then on Tuesday.
Okay.
He ran the Mustang. It didn't end the way we wanted it to, but everyone walked away, I guess you could say.
Yeah. The 4-cylinders have put on a nice show. Be honest with you, I wasn't a big 4-cylinder guy coming, and then watching you and some of the other guys, and I was like, it's really caught on with me. So, Yeah, so
Yeah, it's a good class. It's easy to watch. There's not much, we don't throw off that much dust, you know.
Right.
A little wiggle from us is like a big thing, you know, compared to the faster cars where they might, zig and zag down the track, and have so fast you don't even see it. At least us, kind of see us a little better. Yeah, we're having some fun with it.
Yep, having some fun, and Dom drives a pink car, so.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to try to talk him into putting a Fletcher's Flamingo on that car. So.
It's the Barbie Mobile, huh? Same kind of thing?
No, it's the Fletcher's Flamingo car.
Oh, the Flamingo deal. Okay. I got it.
So,
okay.
But, we always talk about how family-friendly it is. And I know we really haven't talked on, but I like sit up above you guys at New Egypt.
Okay.
And I just look at your family, and the whole family gets together, and it's just, I just smile the whole time when I see all you guys interacting and stuff like that. And
that's the main reason why we do it.
Right.
That's probably the only reason why we do it. Everyone needs a thing that, gathers the whole family up. You're not guaranteed tomorrow, so try to live, tonight like it's the last Saturday night.
Yes.
And, we'll party hard and sleep it off even harder, I guess, on Sunday.
So I just sit up there and I watch, there's families all over the place. But like I said, I sit above you guys and I look down and I'm like, those people are having some fun.
Yes, they are.
So maybe I'll slide down a few seats and have some fun with you one of these days.
Yeah, absolutely. We usually Will Dom brings about 200 little monster trucks with him, so him and all his friends can play down the like right below the bleachers, so
yeah.
Like a little dirt pile that we actually told them not to clean it, actually just to leave it. And kids play with the monster trucks in the mud. It's a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good time over there. It's cheap. Where else are you going to bring, your family for $20 on Friday night? That's BYOB. Pretty much you can go walk around. I mean, you go to the movies, you're stuck in a chair. This way you're watching the show. You can walk around. I know they do hair stuff for the girls. Money food. Usually eat nonstop. But, it's a good time.
Oh, yeah. So, but you're going to be out, once you get your car back together, are you planning out the next week or two or so?
We'll see how it is. Right now I'm kind of out on medical. I just had surgery done. So I've been kind of like throwing everyone in it and just be like, go have fun. And that's pretty much what I've been doing, trying to just have fun with it,
Yeah.
After Tuesday night, we might slim down on who we do let drive the cars, but I can't talk too much because he drives my other car on Saturday, the green car called the Booger.
Yeah, the Booger.
He actually just rolled that 2 weeks ago, came back, and he's doing pretty good. I think the car runs better now after it flipped over, but that's me.
Yeah, boogers do that.
Nice.
But so I'll probably catch you. I'm not going to be down for the next 2 weeks, but I will be down there probably, I don't know, whatever the 3rd or whatever it is down there, 5th.
Absolutely. If the track's open, it's not raining, we'll be there.
All right.
Swing on and I'll tell you, man.
All right, I'll be looking for you.
All right, my man.
And we'll put a Flamingo on that pink car.
And speedy recovery too.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Have a
Dom.
good weekend, guys.
All right, thanks for calling.
The Dom is in the house. Oh, they actually when they call in, when you ask them to, it's amazing. That's way.
We all want to talk about racing, Jim.
It's probably for Dom, it's just that you take your mind off everything. It's just something that pleases you or gets you excited. And you can weather a lot of stuff.
So I remember my dad. He'd work all day when he had the gas station, and we lived pretty much across the street from the gas station, and we had the car. His car's in the backyard, so he'd come home and then spend hours on it at night. Working welding and straightening out and. Getting everything in tune.
Work for your recreation, right? So,
yeah. But to him, that was that was his play, and that was his release.
Yeah.
After working 12 hours at the gas station and another 2-3 hours at home, it was play.
Dealing with headaches all the time. It's probably a chance to get it all out, right?
Yeah, I kind of try to do that with my hot rod, but with the T-bucket. That's another thing I wanted to talk about was we're hoping to get a car show together. Nick and I are going to sit and try to work something out. We have a couple of ideas. What we'd like to do is maybe take my spot, like we do the Hot Rod Santa with you and I, and do something for charity and bring some notification and see if any of the guys with their cars, like maybe Dom or Kyle Koretsky with his cars, because he's a local, and anybody wants to bring their car down. We'll take a Saturday, put some race cars out on my lot, and have fun with it. We'll have a cookout.
Would the restaurant across the street give you a couple of spots?
I could ask them, but they've been pretty tight, especially on the weekend. Okay. They're usually pretty. It's a restaurant bar, so they're pretty packed. Yeah. So, but we'll do it with mine.
It would be a perfect fit if you could do it.
Well, I could actually ask my son-in-law, who's in charge of Parks and Recs for Bucks County, because there's a little county park next to the firehouse and the pool down there. And as long as the pool's not open, we can use that big lot. So we got some irons in the fire there. So we got that, and I'd like to see one of the tracks bring a car show back to them, because they have a Chevy night, or they had a truck night, they had a Jeep night, they have a couple other nights. I haven't seen any car shows, but I would
Hollywood Nights. Hollywood Nights would be good.
Yeah, that would be good.
Boogie Nights was good too.
Well, that's a little rough.
Yeah, okay.
We'll stick with the Hollywood Nights, which is rough enough. But good funny story, because I had a drive-in movie at my shop when I was on Trenton Road. We hung the screen up off the side of my car wash, and we had an old-time drive-in movie night. So it was me and my car club, Deuces Wild, and first movie we played was obviously American Graffiti. We had probably 50 cars out there, all 75 and older, 1975 and older, and it had the vibe. We did it again. We had Christine, because it was Halloween, and then once the weather got back nice again, we had Hollywood Nights, and
Tony Danza.
A lot of kids came out, and we're sitting there, and they'd set the tarps up, or the blankets on the cars. They'd sit on the hoods, and the Hollywood Nights was a little risque in spots, so it was kind of like,
you're going to be in the New Bomb Turk section. That's where we put them. It was a little, yeah.
Yes, it had some spots not suitable for kids.
No,
but it was still fun.
It's fun. It's funny because Fran Drescher's in it, and Robert Wall. They were before they were more famous.
And then Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer, absolutely.
That's one of the only reasons that in the '57 Chevy to watch it.
God, isn't that the truth?
But then our final one was Grease, which was a totally family thing. We had a food truck there we used as a concession stand, like we had in the old movies. A couple guys had the old drive-in movie microphones, and a couple guys also had the old trays that used to hang on the window. It was a really good time. But,
maybe throw in a clip of Rebel Without a Cause.
If I could find another place to do it, because we left after I moved out of there. But so we'd like to have another car. I'd like to see a car show, and if I can help anybody put one together at a racetrack, whether it's New Egypt, Bridgeport, Maple Grove always has old cars. I'm not driving my T-bucket up the turnpike, so I might have to trailer it. But I can drive over to New Egypt, or maybe even down to Bridgeport. Not on 295, though.
You used to have the West Coast, what you're talking about, and the equivalent of that. I mean, West Coast racing, back in the day. The Jan and Dean stuff,
Yeah, there was a lot of Thunder Road type stuff there.
Yeah, right, Thunder Road, You run that. You should run that one, too, Thunder Road.
My dad went down 66, Route 66.
Getting your kicks.
Yeah. But, so I'd like to see a car, and I'd take my T-bucket down and show it off, and then hopefully get out on the track with it. Not that I'm sliding it sideways or anything, but I'd like to get it out there. I'm going to save the sliding sideways for October when I run the Kenny Wallace experience.
Yeah, Kenny Wallace. Wow.
Yeah, Rusty Wallace's brother. And,
that's right. Right.
But they both, Rusty has a NASCAR thing. Kenny does more of the dirt kart thing. The Wallace brothers have an experience
it seems
to
like
let people, normal, normal people.
Wallace
or
Brothers,
somewhat
Unser
normal.
Brothers back in the day.
So we
Allison Brothers, right?
Yeah, so we looking to get out on the track with that, and I'd like to see some more people get involved with that too. And when it comes around, if anybody wants to go out there and has any kind of interest of racing a car, whether it's a sprint car, late model, Legends car, big block modified like I run, any one of those. I mean, it's a great experience. It sounds expensive, but once you get out there and you experience it, it's not really. And you get a lot out of it.
I'd run the EV races and see how many actually finish. Would that be a beauty?
Squirt them down with water and
hey,
out.
we got 2 out of 10.
I always go out there. I run 20 laps on the big block modified, and it's like the fastest 10 minutes of my life, and I just love it.
While I'm thinking, doing the EV stuff, I could see Natalie Wood revving the cars up, and they both crap out before they get over there. Before they even get down.
Run out of juice.
Run out of juice before they even go to the cliff.
You can't even, and you don't even know if you rev them up or not because they're so quiet.
Yeah.
What fun is that?
That would be,
So I always say, if the first time I don't hear an engine running out there is the last time I'll see one.
Yeah. It's like somebody literally pulls the plug on this stuff.
Yeah, well, it was so bad where people were getting hit by cars because nobody's paying attention when they're walking, and they're like going across crosswalks with a phone. Just staring at the phone, and a Tesla will come down. You never hear it, and it hit you. So then Tesla and Elon Musk's
they got the phones on everything else, and they're walking around, and somebody was walking. I just hit the horn, and like around. How dare you? You're driving. I'm the one that's driving on the road, not you. Walking.
Yeah, and the Tesla tried to come up with a thing to make the engine make an engine sound.
Yeah.
Where they program it right in the computer, so when the car's running, it sounds supposedly.
Vroom, vroom. You got to supply your own?
No, it sounded like a fart. I was like, come on. Give it up.
Maybe that's prophetic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, saves on gas.
And it stinks.
And it stinks. Yeah. Yeah. So we took great shots today at the EV stuff. I feel better. I feel better about myself.
I do. I will go back to work. Hear
uplifted a bit. Yeah.
Hear a nice Flowmaster muffler and be all happy that I have one.
And if hopefully you get all the air conditioning working and everything else, and it's going to keep you cool for the weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go over now to shoot a couple more videos for my YouTube channel.
I like those. I was punching a couple. Breaking down the inner things of the repair, kind of the step by step process, and some of the thought that goes behind it.
Yeah, what I try to do is not like you see a lot of guys with their technical stuff. This is 30 seconds and done. Yeah. No, let's talk to people like they're people.
Interesting, because you were talking about doing something, and then all of a sudden it leads you somewhere else, and there's really no script to anything for a repair. It's like, that goes in that right there, and then all of a sudden, and then we get this, and we change that part out, and we're done.
Yeah.
There's kind of like the jigsaw puzzle kind of thing. You kind of like put a piece and then put another one together, and then move on to the next.
That's the beauty of mechanics.
Yeah, I guess there is
one needs to work the other to work the other.
It all has to. It has to be a
you got to have the engine energy to turn the transmission and create the torque to get everything going.
Yeah, and more than a few times you could be headed one way, and all of a sudden there's a stop. We're not working, or stop sign, right?
Yeah. So if anybody wants to subscribe to my YouTube channel, go on YouTube and look for America's Mechanic. You have to use the apostrophe in the Americas, and then you'll see my pink logo, and you can watch some of the videos. I have some of my racing videos up there.
Did you design the logo?
No, the music company actually did that.
That's a great
Primary Wave Music.
Great.
And they're actually behind it. I have 4,200 subscribers right now, so it's starting to get into the feasible area where we can start maybe selling some spots on it and stuff like that, because there ain't enough subscribers at this point, but we always would like more. And we always would like everybody to see what's going on with the cars, whether it's racing or if you have a problem with your car, there's little tutorials. Anti-EVs.
Yeah.
That was my biggest one. I had 11,000 views on that. Anti-EVs. Even more so than tires.
They really It really you're taking the temperature of the consumer there, Fred.
Yes.
I think you literally have found the hot button on this one. People are saying, you know what, I'm just getting tired of being spoon-fed this nonsense and then having to pay for it.
Yeah, and so I try to bring it to you in the right way, and then hopefully this turns into a something that the music companies like I said, they're behind me.
Yeah,
we want to do it because they want to have me go out and promote me, and then have me do other celebrity cars.
It's all about America's mechanic, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah,
that's right, and
it's about you.
That's right, and we feel the need for speed. 9:30 Thursdays here on BCB. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling.
All right, thanks for everybody.